Welcome to the Instagram Stories Weekend Edition. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. Yesterday, I talked about an article on the Washington Post all about TikTok and some of the challenges that have come from becoming famous on TikTok, for lack of a better way to explain that. And I realized that the article that I linked to from the Washington Post, which was excellent, was in fact behind the Washington Post paywall. If there's one thing I do not appreciate, it's paywalls on the internet and also ads. Now, you can tell me that those things are required in order for companies to make money. And I would argue that, in fact, the tracking that all these websites are doing on us as we go to these websites is exactly how they make money. If they did not demand so much personal information, I would have less of a problem paying for these things behind paywalls, but that's a whole other topic. The reason I'm bringing this up is I use a tool called Bypass Paywalls Clean. And it is an extension for your browser. You can use it in Chrome or Firefox. And it allows you to read articles like this on the internet without having issues. Now, some of you I know are Apple users, and Apple does not support extensions like this on Safari or Chrome on an iPhone, and I think an iPad as well. How do you get around that? I've been using a tool called archive.ph. And it's a very simple website. You just paste in the link of the article that you want to read, and it serves it up for you. This sounds very basic, but when you want to read an article that is behind a paywall, it's a very frustrating experience that you should have to subscribe for $9.99 a month or whatever it is, just so you can read this one article. If you do this constantly and you say sit down and read every article on the Washington Post every day, okay, you should definitely subscribe. But just for these type of one-off articles, these are the two methods that I recommend. I'm going to link to both of them in the show notes. Always try to find solutions for Apple users because you all have a little bit something special over there, and I want to show you that I respect it. That's it. All right, thanks so much for listening. Be sure to come back on Monday for Mosseri Monday. I haven't seen Adam Mosseri do his Ask Me Anything yet, but that doesn't mean that he didn't or he still won't. So I'll download those clips and be sure to do that. Thanks so much for listening. The Instagram Stories is sponsored by #Slayer.com. Reach new people, build your audience, and grow your business with #Slayer.com. Sign up with your email address. You do not need to use your Facebook login, and you can get your first month completely free with the code IGStories at #Slayer.com. Again, that's code IGStories.
I'm not yet a member of the Instagram team, but my podcast covers many Instagram themes. But the name, image, logos are trademarks at Instagram and the LCC in the USA and every territory. Everything I publish independently until Zuck returns my DMs and starts to pay my salary. Not sponsored or endorsed, no lies, no fallacies. I use their logo with permission, not malicious or callously. No trademark violation, filling all criteria. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Daniel Hill Media.